Good morning, it's time. It's the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Listen, coming up on today's show, all of the correspondents are here on today. Health and physical wellness with James Patrick. Then we're going into your mind with Dr. Markeisha Miller, and we're breaking down everything political in 2016 with South Carolina Young Democrat President Bree Maxwell. It's happening here on the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Your coffee cups are up, your pinkies are out. It's time to get lamped. Good morning.
Here we go. Everybody get up. Say what? Everybody get up. Come on. With Jeffrey motivation, inspiration, educating new revelation. With Jeffrey Lampkin. Entertainment just for you. Smiling out 'cause God loves you. With Jeffrey Lampkin. Somebody turn the lamp on.
Good morning, welcome back to the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Listen, I just told you all of my correspondents are here, and I'm taking life to a new level. It's 2016, so I'm not playing any games. Games are over, and I've brought a crew in that are gonna make sure that we're educated, that we're motivated, that we're inspired, and who better to kick it off with than the health guru himself, Mr. James Patrick. How you doing, my friend?
Good, how you doing?
Listen, I'm glad you're back. I love it when James comes, because there's always gonna be a hoot and a holler, and I'm gonna get excited about something. Here's my question. First of all, before we even start, everyone knows you because you've been on my show. They loved it the last time, and I think the last time I worked out with you, we did a workout session to show some things, and people loved. I think they were more caught up in my socks that I was wearing and different things like that. And it was just a moment to say, hey, this is just showing. But I don't know. 2016, I am really serious about this health thing.
Yes.
And so I partnered with James, and he has become my personal trainer. And it's a beautiful thing because it's easy to be, people say you can't work with your friends, but you can, because we can have dialogue and conversation, but even in the midst of the dialogue, he'd be like, 5 more.
Right.
I'd be like, no.
Right.
I don't want any more. Stop it. But how important is it to have a good support system around you when you're in this health and wellness revolution?
Well, to say it's important is an understatement. It's very important to have positive people who are going to promote your health and wellness, who are not going to suck you into the things that you used to do, that you're trying not to do anymore. It's very important to have people that are forward thinking, while even when you want to slip back, people that can keep you accountable, because oftentimes we don't want to be accountable. Right. We want to kind of do our own thing.
That's it. I want to do what I want to do. Let me ask this question, James, because now, and I'm going to take, because we're starting a journey. We're starting a journey which actually started for us January 4th, I believe it was, that Monday, January 4th. I started this journey, and I started at 315.5 pounds. So that was on January the 4th.
Yes.
When someone of my weight comes to you and says that I want to lose weight, and we're just having real conversation, does it make you nervous?
No.
Why not?
I get more excited when someone comes to me and they say, I want to start my life anew. I want to try something different. I've been trying the same thing and it hasn't been working. And it gives me a chance to really tap into that psyche and actually sit down with them and discuss with them why they're the way they are. What can we do to help boost them emotionally, physically, and even spiritually?
Because one of the things I share is that everyone knows I've had the gastric bypass surgery, went through gastric bypass, then I started working out, then I stopped, and the weight came off, and I was just feeling good. I lost over 200 pounds. I'm like, hey, I am fly. Everybody's like, oh, Jeffrey, listen, you got to be careful with people. They will boost your ego up.
Will.
Have you walk around here thinking you the flyest thing on earth, and you noticing. I started noticing that my waistline was increasing, the stomach was bulging, things felt tight. When I would sit on camera, y'all know how y'all do. Y'all send them little messages. You look a little thick on camera today, and I be sitting there like, oh my God, oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do? And so I think the thing for me was, let's talk real quick about, and we're going to be coming back. We're going to be doing these monthly. So you're going to be getting updates with me. You're actually going to go with me inside the gym with James. But James, when we talk about my journey that we're starting. So I walked in 315 pounds. What's some realistic things that someone who was in my condition needs to realize as they start this journey of losing weight?
Well, the hardest thing for someone who is morbidly obese or someone who is obese is to come into a gym, number one.
Okay.
Number two, to come in and understand that there are going to be obstacles. There are going to be things that they're going to be wanting to do. But the biggest thing I try to encourage my clients to not do is not limit yourself before you come into the gym, because you don't know what you can do physically, but you have to put your mind to it.
What did I ask you the other morning? I walked in the gym. Every time I go to the gym, I never see no one big like me. It's a bunch of skinny people. I'm like, what are you? I was like, James, am I the biggest person that comes to the gym?
I said no.
And James was like, no, you're not. But I guess maybe the time that I go is just in the morning. Right. But you're right about not being afraid with some of the things. And that first day, I was in pain. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. But one of the things I love about you, James, and having a personal trainer is that not only do they focus on your physical working out and the physicality of what you're doing, but they focus on your nutrition and what you're eating. How important is it for your nutrition plan to line up with your workout plan? So
this is your working out. Okay. This is your nutrition. It is 80% of your success or failure. So whether you go into the gym and work out until you pass out and need CPR, it doesn't matter, because if you're not eating right, it's not going to make a difference. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Let me tell you, and I called James, y'all. I'm sorry, because I just have to get so into this, because I called him one day. I promise y'all I was stuck between McDonald's. I was tired. I did not want to cook anything else. So I'm reading, here's the thing, I'm reading calories. Matter of fact, yesterday, I was at Chick-fil-A. Yeah. And what happened was I went and got a grilled chicken breast from Wendy's, just the breast. Ate the breast. I think I waited too long to eat, though. I ate the breast. I was still hungry. I was like hungry. I saw Chick-fil-A. I said, I can run by Chick-fil-A. I'll get a chicken salad sandwich. I'm trying to be good. So I get the chicken salad sandwich, and in the midst of me getting the sandwich, I realized that, wait a minute, the chicken salad sandwich is 500 calories. Right. The French fries, a medium, were only like, I think 300 and something calories. Yeah. So I chose the fries. Bad decision, good decision?
Neither, but here's what you want to think about. A lot of us look at the calorie count of something and say something might be 500 calories and something is 300 calories. Well, you want to look at the diversity of what you're eating. So if it offers you whole grains, if it like the bread on the chicken salad sandwich, if it offers you a little bit of veggies, if it gives you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, that's fine. And
so whole grain bread is good for you?
Yeah. Okay. And empty calories is what we want to look at, because there are empty calories in 100 calorie bars, but you can get a full 650 calories in a stir fry cooked in balsamic vinaigrette dressing.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that cooking is very important.
Very.
And what I think we're going to do also, one of the things that we talked about is actually, because one of the dishes that I've learned to cook was from going to his Facebook page and looking at the pictures and like, oh, I can recreate this, and using things like, instead of using 73%, y'all, I'm on this health thing now. Yes. Instead of using 73% ground beef, now I'm using 93% lean ground beef. Yeah. So you still can use your ground beef, but it's the type of percent of beef. And why does that make a difference?
It makes a difference because when you're talking about having fat content in meat, first off, you want to realize that most of the meat we eat is from female, and secondly, you want to understand that it's mostly fat content. So when you get meat that is in not such high regard of fat, you're going to get more of the good stuff instead of just the fatty stuff.
And we need the good stuff.
You want the good stuff.
We want the good stuff. Listen, so James is going to be here throughout season 5 as we continue. We're going to start. I've already started the journey. I'm about to go, but before I do, I just want to share this. I was at 315. Should I share with them where I'm at right now?
Tell the people.
I've already lost from January 4th up until now 8 pounds, and I'll weigh in again. Today is what, Wednesday? So I'll weigh in again on Friday, and that 8 pounds should become even more. We're hoping for 12 to 13. Right. But I'm excited about what's first week was 5, the second week was 3 more, 3.5 more. So I'm moving, and it feels good, and I don't look as heavy. Look at that. Do you see that? Come through. Now listen, we're going to talk real quick. Dr. Markeisha Miller is here. Yes. And you know we love her so. You got the health, now you got to have the mentality and the mind. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Listen, we're going to keep it right here. More is happening on the Jeffrey Lampkin Show as the correspondents take over the show today and help us get right, get fit, and get educated right here on the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Your coffee cups are up, your pinkies are out, you're getting lamped. Good morning. Jeffrey
Lampkin. Cannon & Graves is a proud sponsor of the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Located at 1837 Wilson Road in Newberry, Cannon & Graves has the perfect certified used car for you. Their extensive inventory has something in every price range, and they can get everyone financed, regardless of credit. All cars come with a warranty to give you the peace of mind you deserve. Come see Steve and Reggie and find your new car at Kennan and Graves.
Good morning. We're back here on the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Listen, put your coffee cups down. We've been talking about health and the physical fitness of your body and your temple and getting yourself right. But beyond that, I think a lot of times we think about the physical side and not of the mental side. Have you ever been around someone and you were like, something, that elevator just don't go all the way to the top. Something is not right. And I really want to talk about it, especially from an African-American perspective. And my good friend, Dr. Markeisha Miller, is here on this morning. I'm excited.
Yes.
Listen, so we just talked to James, and
Yes.
James was talking about the physical nature of your body and how important it is to eat right and to have those balances and things like that. And I wanted to keep him here for one moment. Does the eating and things that you eat, does that play any role into the mental psyche that you have as an individual?
It does. I think that you're eating, if you're not eating the proper foods, for example, sometimes people have, and I'm sure James probably hears a lot about this, where they have like these crashes.
Okay.
I mean, many times where you may take in a lot of caffeine and a lot of sugars. And so I've had many individuals who've come to me and they've stated, you know, I just can't get myself motivated. I can't get myself motivated to do anything. All I want to do is eat. And my question is, well, tell me about your diet. What are you eating? And they'll name all of these fatty foods that they're eating. They'll name all of these things that are full of sugars that they're eating. And many times I have referred patients to nutritionists, to individuals that really help them to get their eating habits into place.
So it's important. It's all a
Absolutely.
connection together
It
as
is.
one
It
and making
is.
sure that everybody is. So here's the thing. Of course, starting on me physically,
Yes.
working that out. Mentally, I feel like I'm pretty much together. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but it's okay. But mentally, I think I'm together. But one of the things that I'm noticing is that here, especially in our African-American community, we have this stigma of therapists are bad, just pray to the Lord. That's what we do. You hear that often
Absolutely.
being a licensed counselor and therapist?
Because we attach it to being crazy. That's
Okay.
the first thing we think about when people think about mental health. They think about, does that mean that I'm crazy? It doesn't. What it means, many times people come into counseling just because they've gotten stuck in what we call the life cycle. Okay? And when we talk about disruptions in the life cycle, we're talking about career changes. We're talking about deaths in the family. We're talking about breakups with boyfriends, girlfriends, divorces. Those are disruptions in our life cycle.
But how do I realize that the disruption have come?
Well-
Like, how would I know that?
Well, I'm not functioning the way that was.
Okay.
You know, I'm not getting up in the mornings as motivated as I've been.
Okay.
For some reason, I'm pulling myself back from family and friends. I just don't feel empowered to go forth and do things. And so many times when individuals come in, it's not because I'm bipolar or I'm experiencing schizophrenia. Many times it's because I'm stuck and I need to be moved forward.
So when we see, and I'm glad you said that, because sometimes when we see people or when people are going through or whatever, they go through a situation,
Right.
she bipolar, something wrong with her. That's the first thing we would just classify them as like crazy, crazy. Instead of, it could be that you're not necessarily dealing with a permanent mental affliction.
Absolutely.
It could just be something temporary
Absolutely.
brought forward by circumstances.
Absolutely.
How important is it to keep a positive circle around you?
It is so important. That's that motivating piece. The second question I want to know, after I ask, what's your eating like? What's your sleeping like? I want to know what your support circle is like. Because that is so important because...
Who is your clique?
That's right. Who you clicking
Who
with?
who you clicking with?
Because one thing that I often speak about is we can change your mentality. We can get you to thinking different thoughts. But if you're going back into your old settings, your old crowds, it's not going to do any good. We can't get you well and then send you back from which you came.
Wow.
So
You gotta
many
change.
things have to change. That makes it a holistic approach.
Wow. So, okay, so here's the thing.
Yes.
2016, of course, we're going to have you. You're going to be coming back monthly. You're going to be sharing with our viewers and taking us through a journey. Give us a preview of what this journey is going to look like. Because maybe there are some of you out there, and here's my thing. The Jeffrey Lampkin Show, we want to offer services to you. James is here, and he's dealing with your physical temple. I want to offer services to someone out there who says, I need just 3 months, and the reason I said 3 months, because right now I'm on 3 months. I'll give you 3 months, and then you got to get it on your own. But we'll give you 3 months. You got to get it together. You got to pick up the pieces. Because my thing is, people can fund you, but you will feel better about what you do when you fund yourself.
Absolutely.
So we're going to get you started. So 3 months, the physical approach, but then there's the mental approach. So tell us just a little bit, like, what would that look like? You were sharing something in the break about getting on your mark.
Yes, that's the theme
For 2016. Getting on your
We're
mark.
Getting people on
That made me feel like I want to
their
get in James'
mark.
position and like get
That's
ready
right.
to
Getting
run.
on your mark.
Right, get on my mark.
On your
That's
mark,
it.
get set,
Let's go. All right.
There you go. And so we want to push people to that personal growth, that personal healing that they may be trying to experience. Because when we think about the mark, we think about that purpose, getting people to where you are destined to be.
Right.
People are destined to be great. We want to get them there.
Is the journey scary?
The journey is scary because it's new.
Right.
It's a change.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what does it look like? As we sit here, and I know everybody's journey going to be different.
Right.
But what are some of the things that people can expect? Are there going to be nights that you cry? Are there going to be nights that you get frustrated? Am I going to throw something? What am I going to feel? But what can I expect that will come from getting on my mark?
I think different people are going to experience different things because, as you say, the journey is different.
Right.
Everyone's journey is different. However, I think that the emotions are going to be in a variety. Okay. You can expect to be frustrated.
Right.
You can expect to divulge up some deep feelings, maybe things that you buried down deep. You can expect to discover some things about you that maybe were too deeply implanted that you never wanted to know, you never wanted to realize about yourself. But the follow-up question, is it worth it? Yes, because there's no greater thing than to get to that place where you were meant to be, that place of contentment, that place of satisfaction.
But how do I know? That's the thing. Like, we're sitting here, and how do I know? How does James know? Like, he has clients that come in, and like he's helping them physically, but they lose 5 pounds, they lose 3 pounds, they lose nothing. They lose nothing. Then they come in there, I'm eating sweets, and I don't know. It just got the best of me. I'm still working out, but my progress is not better because I'm not doing a holistic approach.
Right.
How would I know? How would he know at that moment? Well, he would know because he knows how to qualify people. But how would someone know it? See, my friend, she needs help. I know she does. How do I know it to the identifying signs?
Well, first of all, it's important to recognize those moods, those emotions, lack of motivation, that is so important. If people are actually living with purpose, one of the things that James probably comes into contact a lot with is if people are motivated. If people are really motivated to do the work, then they're 9 times out of 10, they're going to get the changes that they're desiring. But, you can push it, I can push it, James can push it. But if they're not motivated for the journey,
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Guys, listen, I want to make sure I give you the opportunity. You can email me, thejeffreylampkinshow@gmail.com. Hit me up on Facebook. And real quick before we go, can you give them both information where they can follow you all?
Yes.
Your Facebook, your websites, or wherever the case may be. Because there may be some, you don't have to do public counseling. You can do private counseling as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm on Facebook under Dr. Markeisha Miller. Also, all of my office contact information is there. And I welcome consultations. I welcome actually having individuals to contact me because maybe individuals may be in a place to where they just need resources and they're there.
And they're there. James, what about you?
You can find me on Facebook, James Patrick, the Fitness Guru. You can also shoot me an email at james@mymbsfitness.com. I'm always on Facebook, always on Instagram. You can always find me. If you have any questions about your health and wellness, I'm your guy.
I love it. I love it. Listen, we're getting right in 2016. I'm inviting you to be part of the journey. And then once we get right, then we can qualify some of the crazies in this political race. That's what I'm talking about. And it's coming up next. Bree Maxwell is in the house. And we're talking all things political in 2016 right here on the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Your coffee cups are up. Your pinkies are out. Get on your mark. Get set. Let's go. Good morning.
Jeffrey Lampkin.
Kennan and Graves is a proud sponsor of the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Located at 1837 Wilson Road in Newberry, Kennan and Graves has the perfect certified used car for you. Their extensive inventory has something in every price range, and they can get everyone financed, regardless of credit. All cars come with a warranty to give you the peace of mind you deserve. Come see Steve and Reggie and find your new car at Kennan and Graves.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Put your coffee cups down. Now, I told you, listen, we've inspired you. We got you physically right. We got you mentally right. Now it's time to educate you. So, of course, 2016, let me first be, when January 2017 comes and the Obamas are leaving the White House, please know I am wearing all black. I will be in official mourning. I will have a repast at the house. There will be food because I'm going to be sad about it. But in the midst of that, we have to elect a new leader, and who best to lead us and guide us throughout season 5 and into season 6 of the Jeffrey Lampkin Show than Lady Bree Maxwell. Good morning, my friend. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How
Bree,
are
first
you?
of all, I am honored to have the president of the South Carolina Young Democrats
I'm honored to be here.
We are honored to have you. You are a power. The funny thing, I was telling one of my friends, they saw the Facebook post and they were like, oh, Bree Maxwell, she's a powerhouse. And I was like, so to understand that, to be so young, but to understand that people value your voice in politics and value what you have to say. Do you feel pressure sometimes with that?
Plenty of pressure.
Right.
I feel a lot of pressure, not only from my peers, but also from family and friends.
Yeah, it can get difficult at times. Talk to us about the political race, because it's 2016. Right now it's January. Everybody's talking about a South Carolina primary coming up in February, the Iowa caucus and everything. But there are people out there who don't really understand what's going on. There are some people that think November, vote for president and be done. But there's a process to that, because we don't have the sitting president who is running for re-election. We have it new all around. So first, break it down to us as the presidential race. And we'll come over time and I'm gonna get you educated on the senator race and the governor and any other things that may be coming forward that are important to not only you locally, but nationally.
Okay, so first off, if you are a Democrat, we need to have you registered to vote by January 27th.
Oh,
you heard me?
gosh.
January 27th.
Okay.
The South Carolina primary for the Democratic Party will be February 27th.
What does that do though? Because here's my thing. So we're having a primary for the South Carolina Democrat for what?
Okay, so we have 4 candidates running for president on the Democratic ticket.
Bernie
We have
Sanders.
Senator Bernie Sanders,
Okay.
Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton,
Okay.
Dr. Willie Wilson, and Martin O'Malley.
Okay.
Governor Martin O'Malley.
Okay.
So if you're registered to vote by January 27, you can vote for one of these 4 candidates on February 27.
But them winning the primary does what?
That means that they have won the state. And you
Okay.
have to win a certain amount of states.
To be the
The
presidential
nominee.
the nominee for the Democratic
Yes.
ticket. Okay, so if they win the state, so it is important for them
Yeah.
to win the state. No matter what they can do nationally, it's important for them to win each state.
Because that's also how you gain your delegates that you take with you to the Democratic National Convention in July.
So who is the front runner right now in the Democratic side of the ticket? As we look at South Carolina on this, and I know it's switching. It moves. The meter moves quickly and fast. But I'm finding, if I'm not mistaken, that Senator Bernie Sanders is very popular with young people.
Yes.
But Senator Hillary Clinton is a force to be reckoned with as well.
She is definitely a force to be reckoned with. As a woman and as a female, I admire her. I mean, my support is also behind Senator Sanders, but she's someone that I have always admired. But in South Carolina, she is the front runner.
She is the front runner right now. Is the race close in South Carolina between her and Senator Bernie Sanders?
Yes.
But those are the 2 front runners at this time. Okay, so you have that. Now everyone's talking about Donald Trump. So that's for the Tea Party, for the Republicans. Who is that? That's for the Republicans. All right, tell us a little bit, because here's my thing. Here's what I don't understand, and maybe you can help me get this. Why do people love Donald Trump?
They see Donald Trump, they are in love with Donald Trump, the billionaire, not Donald Trump knowledge-wise.
Okay.
Because people, as a people, we are attracted to money.
Wow.
So they are attracted to Donald Trump business sense and Donald Trump money, not Donald Trump, oh, I can take this country to prosperity.
Right. And so, because a lot of times he just says, it's like he's able to get a crowd fired. I give him that. Donald Trump is able to get a crowd fired up.
Yes.
He can get them moving. He can get them excited.
Because he says exactly what's on his mind. He has no filter. And
Okay.
also because Donald Trump, he doesn't care for immigrants and Muslims and most of
But is he saying what's on his mind, or is he saying what's on everyone's mind?
his.
So it's, I love, Bree said his, and she said it fast. So she's saying what's on his mind. Okay, now then you have Ted Cruz, and this is where the Republican race, because one week it was Ben Carson, Dr. Carson, and it was Donald Trump. Now it's Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. Then it was Donald Trump and Marco Rubio. Notice that Donald Trump keeps staying on the Republican side of things.
Unfortunately.
How is I love Bree. How is it that he's able to be such a powerhouse and the other people are not able? Because I really thought that Governor Chris Christie was going to be very powerful in this election. What happened?
I never thought Governor Chris Christie would be powerful at all. But I think with Donald Trump, he just says exactly what's on his mind. And like the thing about the immigrants.
Okay.
And then the Muslim. He's totally against the Muslim faith.
Okay.
So he wants to do what the Nazis did to the Jews back in the day. He wants Muslims to wear a little symbol describing them as a Muslim.
But that's branding someone like an animal.
Exactly.
But this is who we want to. Not we. Let me change that. That's who many.
That's who they.
Desire to have as a part of the next president of the United States of America. If they do not register, if you're out there now and you're not registered to vote by January 27th, what happens?
You can't vote in the South Carolina primary, but you can still vote for president.
Okay, so there still will be time. But the primary is important because if you don't elect the right person, then you will not have the ability to elect the right person.
Unless you move to another state.
Right.
And help them out.
Right.
But we need you here
in South
to get
Carolina.
the right person. Yes, because we got to beat the Republicans.
Okay.
That's just how it is.
Why is it that South Carolina is such a red state? It seems like every year, and you know, like people often say, oh, there goes South Carolina, because it always is in red. And I think we have 8 electoral votes that go to 9. We have 9 electoral votes that go to towards the president race. So why is it that South Carolina is so red with all of the issues and stuff that we have?
Well, that becomes a matter of someone studying the political climate and history of South Carolina.
Do you think that at this point in time that there are more people out there who just are not registered to vote?
Yes.
So we need to get them voting.
Yes, we got to get the young people.
Why don't people vote? There was a big movement with President Obama and his election. Do you think that with President Obama leaving office, that the interest in politics from young people will decline?
Especially within the African American community, because a lot of African Americans felt as if, okay, Obama's going to come in and fix our community and get us back to get us how we need to be. But then a lot of people don't see the president as doing that. So they've lost their enthusiasm, they've lost their motivation. Then a lot of young people are not excited about this election at all, unless you are working for a certain candidate.
Right, otherwise you're not really into it.
They don't see anyone that fits their interests.
Do you think that can make a difference in what's going to happen in the presidential election going forward?
It can, because you're going to have people staying home or not voting.
That's not going to be good.
Not at all.
That's not going to be good, not for the landscape and where we're going. I'm excited because Bree Maxwell. So Bree, right now, if the elections were held, and we're going to do this, listen, this is just for right now, at this moment, if the South Carolina Democratic primary was held today, who would be the winner?
I plead the fifth on that.
Bree, I'm going to get an answer from you. One day, I'm going to get, all right, what about the Republican? If the Republican primary was held today, who would be the winner of the Republican primary?
I would prefer Jesus, but if it was held today, I would probably have to say Donald Trump. As much as I don't want to say that, I would have to say Donald Trump. And for the Democrats, it would be Senator Bernie Sanders. Why? Because he is bringing all this enthusiasm, this passion to America and to the young people. He's leading with the millennials, and these are the people we need to get out voting, because we need to get them registered to vote, out voting, out in the trenches, so they can take over for the establishment.
That's it. January 27th, you need to be there. Bree Maxwell, I'm excited.
Yes.
Listen, I've got her all season long. It's going to be absolutely great. More is happening on the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Your coffee cups are up. Your pinkies are out. I'm going to make sure I'm registered to vote. Good morning.
Entertainment just for you. Smiling out 'cause God loves you.
Jeffrey Lampkin.
Somebody turn the lamp on.